The Vale is a game set in a medieval fantasy setting that focuses on low-poly aesthetics and is an exploratory game that encourages players to travel and adventure into the world. We created this game because we really wanted to explore world design and capture the aesthetics and atmosphere of a surreal setting. We took inspiration from shows such as Vikings and Game of Thrones, especially for the village style, setting and layout, environment, and architecture. The buildings were designed to reflect the different types of buildings found in the world, such as farmhouses, blacksmiths, general stores, and houses. In addition, there are different classes of society, from the mayor and his mansion to common villagers, as well as lowly farmers. The idea behind this approach was to try and simulate the type of world people would have lived in a fantasy setting. For the Enchanted Forest, we took our inspiration from the two movies Snow White and Alice in Wonderland. These two films have amazing stylization of natural and fantasy-looking environments. Snow White with its use of simple colours and well-designed spaces, and Alice in Wonderland for its abstract colours and surreal plants and landscaping. The dungeon in our world took its style from the game Skyrim. Skyrim has a wide range of unique dungeons with extremely well-lit areas and detailed cave structures. To get the lighting looking correct and the atmosphere feeling like a dungeon, we had to play around with the lighting settings to make it look dark but bright enough for the player to navigate. The dungeons are designed to be like a labyrinth to get the player to explore the space and to solve the puzzle to make it to the end. The playstyle was inspired from games such as Minecraft, No Man's Sky, and Journey. The game is centered around environments and is meant to be a game that gives the player the freedom to explore the spaces they are in. A mechanic that we would like to include in our game to encourage players' exploration is a shadow guide. Like the mechanic used in Ori and the Blind Forest, the purpose of the shadow figure seen running around the forest is to attract players' attention and guide them through different locations in our world. A typical play session would begin with the player starting in the main town, a familiar village-scape that is small enough to be comfortable. From here, the player can move out into the world, exploring other villages and towns located across the world map, while traversing through forests, caves, and dungeons. The game is still in alpha, and so some of the assets are still placeholder items. In future, we would like to make the village a more accurate representation of the fantasy theme we are aiming for.